Okay, abusia ECG debt scandal so ECG and rather yaba ebe breaki Dr. Bawumia ne bank guarantee or guarantee edema top NPP gurus former finance minister Ken Ofuriata omudi luti Ghana sika abusia ene Solomon Owusu aba be drop a hot fire and big expose against AfenyoMarkin. So internal abusunya sisi AfenyoMarkin is in hot waters. Ni ECG scandal no ni din afenga ewoma Solomon Owusu say AfenyoMarkin eni kwan say yijai emano ne namo because bonia omo akwa di no ECG no ten na aban ehwe and as attorney general ehwe na opija no efri baby o mo yenko na yenko tie ensema course intino right now no AfenyoMarkin is in big trouble on any ECG scandal course one din akwa pimo was our story yedi kan ababi breaki bet Solomon Owusu ababe drop a latest update on electoral commission ECG electricity company you see AfenyoMarkin are finding himself in hot waters mo yanko na yenko ti ensema Solomon Owusu etudwa unsubscribe ya subscribe like and share ma afufron so enter into me and kabi Ghana politics avenue so
everything around us also depends on electricity, so they must understand their role in society. Go there and then there is no light, you will not be happy. And what even annoys the more is that when you call their contact centers, I always fight for them. When you call them, then they will ask you of the problem. You give them the locations here and there. Say, okay, we will report it. But do you have any idea where it comes? We will get back to you. We will resolve it. But definitely you have to resolve it. That one is not an answer. Why are you there as ECG? When the light goes off, you have to resolve it. So you telling me to be resolved, it's not an answer. I need the timelines so that I can plan. They have never been able to give any timelines. So I wonder why they will even have a call center that cannot. It means someone is not doing his or her work right. And for me, it's disappointing. We must go back and also look at the loopholes. AfenyoMarkin has told us that there is a lot of thievery that happens there. You see, these are some of the things.
He was a butcher, if I remember.
He willingly told us that. In Parliament, yeah? He willingly.
That's an official record.
Official record. Yes. There's thievery there. Yeah. And he's still working about. Yeah. There will be any commission of inquiry for him to expatiate on why and how they steal. Yeah. A company that buys cables that they do not even need. The cables that they need, they don't buy. The cables that they don't need, just like cocoa board. Jute sacks.
Just that they don't need.
They will buy jute sacks and they are bought up to 2030.
They have even bought University of Ghana land for $12 million.
Can you imagine cocoa board?
Cocoa board, yes.
Bought University of Ghana land for $12 million?
Yes, yes.
As a boy, he do?
Yes.
That this is serious.
Randy must start.
No, this is a serious matter.
Wow.
To do what?
Randy must answer.
They are going to plant cocoa beans there what? This is what they do with their money. Our money.
$12 million.
Yes.
Ay, my goodness, this one you have spoiled my day. $12 million dollars.
Yes. 12 million.
Oh la la! No wonder we are swimming in debt over there. So we need a serious managerial skill at ECG. The technical guys must also take some of the blame.
Yeah.
Because it cannot only be that the political heads come there and you mismanage with them. I said that the mismanagement is thievery. It benefits these technical guys, but they know the job more than the politicians. So why don't we have an open discussion and question all of them one by one? Why we are where we are? Open frank discussions. Let's hear ourselves. Because the consumer is always at the receiving end. Let them go and do their nonsense, and all that they will come and tell us is that they have to increase prices. And PURC will always come with beautiful explanation. Yeah. The dollar has depreciated, prices of items. They always find this template. I look at that and say, hey, Public Utility Regulatory Authority, you are always on the side of the one of the supplier. Has never been on the side of the consumer. All because of someone's corruption.
Yeah.
Let's go in. Let's go. We have to do surgical operations with all these institutions. And once we are able to tame it, I tell you, Ghana will not be suffering like the way we are suffering, left, right, center. Let me end it here.
What has happened over the period?
I don't think the Sahelian countries or the countries that have come together, they have formed any strong military command. Let us not delude ourselves. These are our PR gimmicks. Because they were first of all members of the ECOWAS. ECOWAS wasn't strong. You see, they must get it clear that no single country in Africa can do it alone. The earlier they came back to the drawing board for us to deal with ourselves as ECOWAS, the better. Yes, ECOWAS has been a toothless organization, has been replete with a lot of corrupt leaders who does not wish the sub-region world. That is why it seems to be that. But there is no doubt that together as a body, making a population of almost 400 million, can do better than these 3 or 4 countries that make up the Sahelian region. Their population will not be much. That's number one. Number 2, they are landlocked countries that will still depend on countries that have the ports. So you say you are going on your own, but you will still depend on countries like Ghana, countries like Ivory Coast, countries like Benin for your survival. So it makes nonsense of the whole idea of separating yourself from ECOWAS. And for me, the earlier they reconsider their position, the better. You see, one thing is very clear, David, and must be clear if it is not so clear to leaders in the past. The happenings in 2025 must begin to agitate the minds of current crop of presidents on the continent. In Togo in 2025, the Gen Zs, they rose up against Nasingbe. In Kenya, Gen Zs, they rose up. In fact, Tanzania, if there has been any president who really suffered in 2025, it's Ruto.
Yeah.
At a point, the Gen Zs were dictating how the country was run. Every day he needed to explain himself to the Gen Zs. So when leaders fail to lead, followers will lead you. And what is the problem? It's very simple. And I strongly believe that it is not far off from Ghana. Because if you take Africa's population of about 1.2 billion, data has it that we have close to about 35% of our population falling between the ages of 15 and 35. That translates to almost 420 million human beings in this bracket. What is their major problem? Jobs, 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 and jobs. Human beings must eat to survival, and nothing can replace hunger. There is nothing. People can come and give you that motivational speeches here and there. If the person is hungry, he's hungry. But it cannot also be that a continent that has about 60% of the world's arable land will be complaining of hunger. It tells you that our leadership is failing. And that is why I'm bringing your mind back to the Sahelian region, that they must go back to the ECOWAS. ECOWAS must go back to the AU. There must be a one united Africa that is ready to roar. And not these individualistic things that we are doing. It will not get anywhere. Look, if you went to Burkina, some of the things that I see on, a lot of these are engineered on social media. There is nothing seriously happening there. Take it from me. Poverty is still rife. Poverty will greet you when you enter Ouagadougou. Same with Mali. The last time they were even contemplating going back to the IMF. That is the stark reality. That is the stark reality. So until we begin to have a blueprint And I'm happy my leader, Mr. Chemantiri, recently led the organization of Africa Summit in Accra here. The entire team, the long and short of it, that we move from no action talk only to implementation. So I asked one of the leaders over there, they were giving us lectures. I told them, look, this is not the solution. Go and bring all the African presidents here, let them come and face it. And they should tell us why we cannot unite, why we cannot do things together. Let them give us answers here. Because the policy makers, many a times, we go and have all these discussions. They are sitting somewhere. When you are done and present the report, they don't even read it. How can you have France, a country with a population of 58 million, have a permanent seat at the UN Security Council, and Africa as a continent, we have no representation? It is because of individualism. We go as individuals. The Congo alone can sort us out. But you have to understand also that people or other continents have a huge interest in our continent. Because they know the day we will be liberated, they will be in the other side of the world. They will also be poor. So if you were them, would you sit down for us to be liberated? That is the mindset Africans must approach anything. So they have their institutions. They have the IMF there. Their country representative is here. Even when we are going to drink coffee at the Ministry of Finance, they are sitting on the table. You think they love us? You have the World Bank there. You go and see these people. If you sit down in the same classroom with them, they are nowhere near us. They can't think further than us. But they are the ones advising you. So they make sure that you entangle yourself. For me, the time for us to implement that. Look, Rwanda and Congo has an issue. They have an issue. Where do they go and solve it? Washington. Hey. And you think the Americans, they love you so much. Washington, that you are going to solve your problem. When all of you, every year, both Tshisekedi and then, what's the name of the Rwandan president, Paul Kagame, they always go to the AU meetings. So when you go to the AU meetings, what do you go and do? Can't you sit down mano a mano and solve the problems rather than flying all the way to Washington for a Igbo man to say that stop fighting before you stop? This is the African leaders we have. That is the mentality. Everything Oyibo has to come and look at what Ouattara is doing in Côte d'Ivoire. You fought Gbagbo. That time we agreed with you that why must Gbagbo continue to perpetuate himself on the seat? Not knowing there was Afro is even worse than anybody. Worse. Tanzania, the woman too came because she will be doing something else. All of a sudden, bam. And for Museveni, nobody wants to even talk about him. So that is a problem we have. The solution lies in we doing things together, taking out the borders, doing things as a unit. Because whether we like it or not, there are countries with special skills. And economics is a comparative advantage. Kenya will be comparatively have advantage in a certain sector. That is where you put all the ideas together. We brought after. We are not even able to implement it well. Because transportation alone is a bane. Moving goods from one part of Africa to the other is a problem. David, you make your mind that you are going to Guinea. Guinea from Accra to Guinea should not take you more than 2 hours. Yeah. But I can tell you, you spend 2 days on the way. You fly to Côte d'Ivoire, you have to sleep there. Then why? These are the issues that must agitate our minds. Do you face the same problem when you are moving from Belgium to the UK to Madrid to it is so seamless. Yeah. The various forces are working. This is where Africa must think. Else the implosion that awaits us. The last time I was going to the Labadi area on a fine Saturday, David, you have taken at the bad here because you are bad. You don't want the bad people.
The bad is from the Oyibo man. So let's take what the indigenous people have. So
the I was going to lie. You want to buy us for using the body. You want to take out the body. And I drove past the airwork, David. I cried within me. I saw the numbers that I saw going for the recruitment. I swear my father's grave. I said, what is happening? A lot of young ones have finished school and they are home. They finish national service, they are home, they have no hope. You are eating and think it's okay. No, something is wrong somewhere. You are at the office signing doctrine documents and taking our money. You think it's okay. Something is wrong somewhere. So Africa, it is for us and only us that can turn our fortunes around. I'm only hoping that, like we said, we will begin to have a paradigm shift, radicalized minds, not in the negative sense. People that really want to say enough is enough. Our forebears fought for the better parts of the world. That is why we have all the mineral resources, everything you need in this world to develop in our part of the world. Why is it that when it comes to leadership, we are lacking? Why is it the case that we don't have them? We have them. But David, put yourself up for position tomorrow as the president. You go for a campaign. I mean, I've said anytime I go to campaign and we are done and people are coming to me, the crowd, I say, you must be crazy. Did you put money in my pocket? I will give you money. Don't vote for me. I don't see why I have to buy your conscience. Give me just one reason why I have to pay you before you vote for me. Because I am going to serve you. I have never seen a situation where a servant has to pay master. You are the master. If anything, you have to pay me to serve you. But as I'm serving you, you say I should take money from you for you. That means I have to go and borrow or steal or go and get someone to invest in me. And when I get the power, that person has to come and shortchange all of us. So that is Africa's situation. But we will get there. The happiness in Togo where the Gen Z they have to speak up. Yeah. What happened in Kenya, leaders must sit up.
The leaders, sometimes when you talk to people, they feel that we are cushioned against such implosions.
No, we are not. In fact,
Ghanaians are peace-loving. Ghanaians are peace-loving.
But we are in Ghana, we are Boku in this country. You remember? We are not out of the woods. Look, there is a limit to which the human being can accommodate some of the things that we do to them. Every day, Lampedusa, we hear Africans die on that sea. Africa Union, every year, I'm tempted to believe that the reason why they cited the AU's head office in Addis Ababa was not to think about Africa, but it was for women. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because look at the number of times you have visited, attended AU meetings. That we are still where we are. Borderless Africa. We can't do it from Ghana to Benin to Nigeria. Go and see the borders on the road. Meanwhile, at the same time, when we are moving from the Netherlands, Amsterdam through to Belgium to France, as though you are moving from Accra to Kumasi. How have they been able to do this and we are unable to do it?
Well,
a word to the wise.
All right.
Okay, abusua we ne ensema ekoso e political highway so Solomon Owusu ene chese na otutu bi edemane AfenyoMarkin sa enye asem keto akora beda masesa mo jepene kokoti sa ensemwe ede emai aha Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so na be any update bi a ye be drop no monsa ebetumi aka beda mase.